How are you? Good, good. Yeah, just 18 days left. How many? 18. March.
All right, you should be the host.
Yes. Anyway, we're on. You're gonna register. Yeah. Do you, hey, Megan, have you guys put the links out yet for poll?
Yeah, for the video and all that. I haven't put the links up yet.
Okay, she's here with the links out. She's ready.
You can do it through Connect. I'm pretty sure you can register on there too. But
I tried to find it. I'm like,
If you go to maps and then there's map coaching, and in there it'll say events, right? Or it should say Oklahoma City.
Okay, I'm connected. Okay, I'm going home.
Jonathan, are you staying here for this?
Got it today. We're good.
you have a map, you may not like it.
Okay, I'll see you later. Or another day, I don't know. Got my keys. You know what? Thank you for your help last night. I need to get with you because like I don't know like that's nerve-wracking when I get on there, like have to look through everything and like I don't know exactly what I need. So and like
do a couple of them, you'll be like,
okay. Right. And so when I email it, I just like select all the documents, right? And then it's like email and I send, that's how you do it too?
yeah, you can send via DocuSign and have them pull it out.
And does it notify you when they have?
It does.
Okay.
Your email.
And then I do my seller or buyer net sheet on like First American.
Returning lost goods.
Okay.
but I'll be in that.
Thank you for helping out with the technical stuff.
All right, guys, if you're gonna be here for LandVoice, you need to come in and sit down because we have a limited amount of time.
What is this one?
Wisdom Wednesday, LandVoice.
Wisdom Wednesday?
Overcoming low inventory.
Leroy, you doing all right? Oh, my allergies are killing me today. I was contemplating whether I wanted to come in and sit at this or go home and.
All right, we got to get started right now.
Well, I thought, well, I may or may not fall asleep if I went home and went to bed, so I might as well stay up and see if I can find something.
Also, Stephanie wants you to talk about bold. If you can, so. Anyway.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Where aren't you in bold or something right now?
Yes, I am. Let me know when I can start.
Yeah.
Are you guys
You
ready?
are good to start whenever you want.
All right. Well, welcome to this webinar today. Thank you very much, Stephanie, for helping out, and Kristen Hansen, Director of Education, of making this happen for you. What an important topic that is, overcome low inventory, and especially getting listings. So I'm super excited to share with you how you can get more listings in this market right now, right there in your Oklahoma area. Yes, I am a Bold. Yesterday I was at Yuma Bold. Today I'm at Bold in Kansas City. We have 80 people in the audience, 80 students. Many of them have been at Bold many times. And I love Bold. The energy is amazing. What they're learning is incredible, very applicable. We even have mortgage lenders and title reps taking Bold. So any of you who have not taken Bold yet, I highly recommend it. The new Bold class is incredible. All right, let's get into the webinar. I'm going to share the screen with me. How many do we have in the room right now? I don't see that.
1, 2, 3, 4 in the house.
4. You guys are in for a treat, and we have a couple online as well. We have Lee Edwards. Lee, welcome. All right. My name is Christoph Malzl. I'm VP at LandVoice. We are the top lead provider in the nation for over 30 years already. And for the last 10 years, I have been traveling for LandVoice and educating influencers and market centers all over the country on what they can do in the market center to get more listings. So that is my role, and my personal goal for our clients that I personally work with is, I want you to get one listing appointment a day. And some of you may say, well, in this market, is that even possible? And I say, absolutely it is. I'm going to show you now exactly the ways how we can help you make that happen, or at the very least, get 2 to 3 deals a month from the LandVoice activities that I will share with you. All of you can participate. It's not just a one-man Christoph show, but you can click the chat, ask questions. You can use our texting feature, write this number down. You will need it later, where you can text us actually your area, your specific zip codes, and we'll do a free data lookup for you and let you know what we would do if we were you and your zip code. Okay, so that is exciting. And also take notes. And for those of you who cannot take notes for any reason, make sure you download the videos and ebooks and scripts, even if you can't take notes. This is a great website where you can download free, up-to-date stuff that sets you apart from other realtors. And that's what it's all about right now, just being different and adding more value. I'm going to go over the data, what is moving the needle in Oklahoma County, Cleveland, Canadian County, and McLean. And we boiled it down to 5 easy and predictable listing sources to get listings right now. The first one I want to highlight is daily expireds. And I'm really excited to share that because unfortunately, we didn't have very many expireds in the last 2 years, right? When the market has gone the way it has, we had a really low inventory. There were not many expireds, and many of us actually gave up on expireds. Well, the good news is they are back. Okay, they're not back in the high numbers as it used to be in 2018, but for sure they have made a strong comeback. And every month we're getting more. I'm going to share with you how you can win big with daily expireds, even though you have competition in that arena. So the ideal lead source for an agent is of course expireds, because we already know they want to list a house, they want to sell a house, and they want to list with an agent. All right, they want to pay commission to you. That's why they listed with an agent in the first place, but the last one was unsuccessful in getting the house sold in the terms of the contract. So now is the second time around, and we know that most expireds actually will list with another agent, not with the same agent, and 70% of them list with the first agent that calls them. Okay, write this number down. This is very important to know, because what that tells us is that timing is half of the battle. You can have the greatest presentation, the greatest advantages over the previous agent, but if you call in the afternoon of a day when an expired becomes an expired, you already may be too late. They may already have signed the new listing agreement with somebody. So be early. I'm going to show you how it works with LandVoice, how we make sure that our clients are first to call every expired that comes on their MLS. So when you log into LandVoice, you give us, of course, the name of your MLS, the top counties, and every day, without fail, Monday through Sunday in the morning by 8 o'clock, you will find the daily expireds with a name, address, phone number. We scrub the phone number against the do not call registry, which is very important. If you get fined for violating the DNC, the fine can be as high as up to, I think, between $40,000 to $41,000 per incident. So it is not only a good idea, but it is actually crucial that every number before you call a lead is scrubbed against the do not call. And then you cannot call, you cannot text, or you should not, right? And that's what we do for you automatically with all phone numbers. Also, what we do is we look up the daily status of that expired. We tell you if it's expired, withdrawn, canceled, pending, active, or sold. So you don't need to go back between LandVoice, and your MLS. Everything is right there. And then we give you a calendar where you can go back to look up the older expireds, which I'm going to get to in a little bit. Also, what we do, and this is very important, we do an absentee owner lookup. In your MLS, it doesn't tell you the address and the name and the phone number, of course, for the owner, no matter where they live. It gives you the information of the previous agent, but not of the homeowner. We do the absentee owner lookup and let you know if it's a rented property or owner occupied. And if it's rented out, we give you the address and name and phone number for the owner. So what did we learn so far? First of every month is the most important day for expireds. In fact, in your MLS, you have about 300 to 400% more expireds on the first of the month than in any other day of the month. So the other one is be first to contact. The perfect time to call an expired is 8 o'clock in the morning, not before, and not too much later, right? So between 8 and 9, you should have called all your expireds if you want to be effective and beat the other agents. And third, lead with value. In our opinion at LandVoice, with all our 30 years of experience, we have found that the agent who basically tries to sell themselves right from the beginning, here's why you should list with me, they oftentimes don't get the listing. But if you lead with value, if they give them something first before they marry you, basically, date them first, that what will help you more. Here's a great script that helps in leading with value. Hi, this is Christoph, a realtor with Keller Williams Realty. I'm calling you first thing today to let you know today is going to be different. It's not your normal day because you expired last night. You're getting a lot of calls today. Did your previous agent tell you this would happen? Most of them will tell you, no, I had no idea. What are you talking about? Well, I'm going to give you a couple of important tips that will help you to get through today and the rest of the week, because alone today, my estimate, you get about 30 to 50 calls on any phone number. An agent or a mortgage lender or anybody in the industry who wants to work with sellers is going to call you on. So tip number one, make sure you record a voicemail on your cell phone if you don't use it for business. Inform any agent that calls you on that number that you know that your listing had expired, and you would appreciate it if they stop calling because you already are interviewing your top 2 agents. If you don't do that, if you don't record that voicemail, you will be getting calls and calls and calls. And you probably don't want that. So that is a great tip. It also blocks out the competition. And tip number 2, I love this one. Inform the homeowner that the number happens not to be on the National Do Not Call Registry, and recommend them that they go to the donotcall.gov to register all the phone numbers, except, again, for the same reason, to basically limit the amount of calls they're getting, not only on their own number, but also their spouse and their children. If they don't know what the do not call is, send them the link, donotcall.gov, text it to them. Guys, this is real value, right? Nobody else is going to do that, but this is what's going to help them, and they already see that you're different by doing that. And now that you had the conversation going for a while, now you're going to transition into showing why you will be the better agent of choice this time around. Tell them that you have a side-by-side analysis ready to show them what you do better than the previous agent who let the listing expire. Look at the photos, the description. Did they do drone videos? Is there anything you can do better? Of course you can, right? So you put that into your report. Also, if they didn't do a virtual tour, your report will say you include the virtual tour, and that's maybe one of the reasons why the home didn't get the showings and wasn't sold within the time frame, because not enough people were able to look at it in the proper light. So if you go through all of that, you basically have an appointment for the listing presentation. You just have to ask for it. If they stayed with you on the phone that long, all you got to say is, I have this report ready. I can drop it off right now, or this afternoon or evening work better for you. Our average agent who does this can count at about 2 or 3 extra listings every month, just coming from expireds, even in this low inventory time. But that is not even enough. If you're happy with 2 or 3 deals a month, good. But if you want to have more, look at other lead sources. Make sure you're diversified. And one of the biggest ones that I can recommend as a data expert is old expireds. Old expireds are very unique right now because of what happened during COVID. They gave up on the market. My favorite old expireds are 2019, by the way. They gave up on the market when inventory was a lot higher, yet the home value was a lot lower than today. So they don't know the current value of the home typically, and you typically have no competition by calling those homeowners because agents don't go back that far. But right now they should. And that's why you're on this webinar today, to learn what can we learn from COVID? What can we take to our advantage, right? So in Oklahoma County, right before COVID, an average sale price was $143,000. Today, $50,000 appreciation to $193,000, 35%. Now that is great news for somebody who gave up on the market right here. You can even show them the graph and say, you know, what do you think was a better time to sell right here, 2019? Or are you glad that you waited through 2020 and 2021 and put it on the market today? Of course, they will say, oh, today I get more for my home. Same in Cleveland County. And you can see the graph. I always like to show the graph because it really, I mean, data doesn't lie. It shows people where they have been and where they are today. So let's recap really quick. With daily expireds, yes, low inventory and high competition. But there is a way to get the listing anyway, and that is if you call early. If you have the phone number, no problem. You can schedule those 3 appointments before while your competition is still doing the research. By 10 o'clock, they're still doing research, and finally they have the phone number. You already got your appointments, and you will get the listing. With old expireds, you're looking not at low inventory, but at the higher inventory from a couple of years ago. And here's what we do at LandVoice to make it easy for you. This is really important. We have a patented technology as the only company in the US that automatically removes all the foreclosures, actives, and solds out of any of your zip codes, out of any past year. So if you did this by yourself before, you don't need to do that. There's a very inexpensive way to do it, and LandVoice will do it for you. We not only remove all the junk, we also add the phone numbers to it and an absentee owner lookup and the do not call registry scrubbing. And then we have a perfect list that we give to only one agent per zip code and past year to keep it exclusive so nobody else will be calling on the same leads. Guys, if I were in your market right now, this is exactly what I would do. I wouldn't only do one zip code. I would take my top 5 zip codes and I would call on all the old expireds from 2019. Then I would go to 2020 and a couple from 2021. There were not many, but my bulk is going to be in 2019. And that's where I will get my listing appointments. I had actually one agent right here in Kansas City who just told me that she got 10 listing appointments in 1 week just by switching her focus to old expireds in 2019. 10 in 1 week. All right, now here's a script that I would like you to use that is also used by our top agents across the country. And it works, it's very, very simple. Hi, my name is Christoph. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Realty. I did some research and it looks like you tried selling your home back in 2019, is that right? May I ask you why it didn't sell back then? Most of them will tell you what you already know because of price. And here you can lead into your value. Well, this is great because I actually specialize in bringing homes back on the market today that didn't sell in 2019. Did you know how much home prices have risen since you took your home off the market? Have you thought about selling your home again this year in 2022? Well, I would love to provide you with a free home evaluation and show you some comparable houses that recently sold in your area. I think you will be surprised at how much you can sell for right now. I have this report ready. Should I drop it off right now, or would you rather like me to come by this afternoon or evening with that report? That is my way to a listing presentation. That report in hand, showing them the value of the home. I go through the listing presentation to get that listing. Now, don't wait too long. You know, I wouldn't even wait until April or May and say, oh, I do it right before the summer to see who's left. We predict at LandVoice, and we are really good in doing these predictions, that most old expires from 2019 will have been contacted and will either be active or sold by the end of, no, probably by the beginning of April. So right now, February, March, it's a perfect time to do that. So don't miss a boat like those dinosaurs who say, oh, and I should have been on there. I should have been doing that. Here's how we can help you pick the right zip codes and make sure that they're exclusive to you for old expireds. Text us your top 4 zip codes or 5 to 801-582-9459. And my assistant Hunter and Alex actually during the webinar will look up those zip codes if you text it right now. By the end of the webinar, they have it already ready for you and let you know what the zip code is doing, if it's a good choice, if there was good appreciation, and most importantly, if anybody else of your competition is prospecting in the zip code. If not, this can be your exclusive zip code. Also, you will get free old expired scripts no matter what. So we will make sure that you get that. So make sure you text right now. If you see this, I'll leave it on here for a second. Just write down the number and then text your zip codes. And it's first come, first serve. If you want that zip code, it actually doesn't cost much at all. I'll show you later. In fact, let me steal the thunder. I'm gonna give you one for free. Okay, so make sure you text me. All right, for sale by owners. Let's talk about for sale by owners. For sale by owners are strong right now because they feel home prices are so high. People are writing multiple offers. It should be so easy for me to sell my home without an agent and still sell it at a high price. Okay, they don't know yet that they are wrong about that, but don't you be wrong about how you look for the fishbowls. That is step number one, what we need to realize, that our competition, oftentimes they go and take pictures of fishbowl signs. They go to the MLS to make sure that they're not already listed, and they do that every single day. And then for salebyowner.com, Zillow.com, every single day to find them. And sometimes they employ somebody to do that. I hope you're not like that. That's a much easier way, and you probably already know that. The easiest way to get for sale by owners, the entire list, is actually by subscribing it from a provider like LandVoice. We have been doing that for 30 years. You simply give us your top 2 counties or 3 or 4 counties, and we, without fail, every single day, add all the for sale by owners to that. And we keep a database of 6 months back and scrub it against the MLS to let you know the daily status. If it's now active, sold, or pending, or whatever, you can take the notes, tags, and they will remain there forever. This is the easiest way to have a system to prospect for sale by owners. And we also scrub the phone numbers against the do not call registry to make sure that you're safe and compliant. And we let you search by the filters. My favorite part, though, is definitely the calendar, because I want to know how many for sale by owners slipped through the cracks. Everybody calls on those from today and yesterday and last week, but are people really calling 6 months back for sale by owners that have been struggling and maybe took it off the market? Not so many. So I'm going to show you now exactly to the number how many for sale by owners you have in your market right now, just in case you're thinking there's nothing there. In your market center area, in the last 30 days, you have 82 brand new for sale by owners. In the last 60 days, 223. And in the last 6 months, 449. And most of those 449, you can still call and put on the market. Some have sold, but many have not. So when people tell me and agents tell me, I think there's low inventory, there are not many for sale by owners out there, I can prove them wrong. Just log 20 seconds in the LandVoice platform and show you, okay, you have right now, let's say 200 for sale by owners you can call. Okay, so that should be really, really good news for you, especially because you know that most for sale by owners end up listing with an agent. In fact, did you know that up to 90% list with an agent within the first 3 weeks? They just have to fail a little bit. They just have to feel the pain a little bit of the invasion of privacy, right? Strangers coming through the house. House is not ready. Everybody wants a showing. What do I do? And so on. If you use the wrong script, you will get what I call toddler feedback. No, I do it myself. Especially if you come in and saying, let me show you really quick why setting with an agent is actually better for you. Oh, no, I do it myself. Click. Even though you have the best intentions, it doesn't sound any different than the next agent. Tony Robbins tells us, if you add the value, you become the brand. Add more value than anyone else. Okay, so how can we add more value to a for sale by owner to sound different? It's by giving them what they want. Remember, they don't want to sell their home with an agent, but they want to, of course, they want to have all the technology and all this, the benefits what an agent has. So why not give them some of that and then get the listing just a couple days later? So here's what you can say. Hi, I'm Christoph. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams, but before you hang up, I'm actually not calling to get a listing from you. In fact, I don't want to list your house at this point. What I would like to do is I want to set you up with a completely free 24-hour for sale by owner marketing system. I use that system for my own listings. I want to give you the same marketing power for free for you. It will help you to generate more buyers, track all your incoming buyer leads automatically because it's a technology, and you never miss an opportunity to follow up. I do an extra favor. That system makes sure that every buyer who calls on your property has a chance to get pre-qualified. Your mortgage lender will automatically pre-qualify them and reach out to them before you do a showing. And that will give you a peace of mind of who to let through the house. And I give you the system absolutely free. And I know what you're thinking, what's the catch, right? It's too good to be true. There must be something in it for me. Of course, there's something in it for me. I'm gonna put a short video together that I will text you, and you can see what's in it for me and what you get out of this system. And I'm going to play this short video now for you guys on this webinar so you can see what the for sale by owner would see. Here we go.
So you want to sell your home on your own? Great. Here's how I can help you sell your home without listing with me or any other agent, and I'll help you for free. I will give you access to a technology that is currently being used by the top agents in the country to sell houses faster and at higher prices than ever before. Here's how it works. I will give you your very own toll-free number with unlimited extensions to use on your ads, flyers, yard signs, social media, or anything else you use to advertise your property. This will drive significantly more potential buyers and free up your time in the process. For example, put this new toll-free number and extension on your for sale by owner sign. When a buyer calls the 800 number and enters the extension for your property, they will hear a beautiful property commercial I've had professionally recorded for you for free. Now, at the end of this recording, the buyer will hear your asking price and have the opportunity to press a button to speak with you directly, set up a showing, or submit an offer. And here's the really cool part. When the buyer hangs up, the system captures their information and the extension they called, then you receive an instant text message or email with that information. Now, if you want, you can follow up with that buyer at the peak of their interest. I will also give you a professionally created property flyer with your photos, property information, and your new 800 number for free. You can print this or use this flyer to post your house on websites like Facebook or Craigslist. All this marketing will open your house to many more buyers and help you sell your home faster and for more money. The best part about this is that you don't need any extra hardware or software. All you need is your cell phone. You are probably wondering why I do all this for free. Well, since only one buyer can purchase your home, I would like to work with the rest of the buyers who don't purchase your home. I get to help them buy other homes in the area. See how this system can help both of us? You sell your home on your own, and I get access to more potential buyers and sellers. In addition, working together will give me an opportunity to demonstrate to you the value I can bring in helping you sell your home. So if you ever do decide to list with an agent, I'd like to be the first considered. I know you will love this technology. It's simple, fantastic, and it works. If you're ready, let's get started.
And not only that, but they also see what's in it for you, right? That you are after the buyers who don't end up buying your home. Many of them, when you show them that video or when you tell them what you have to offer for them, they already are going to say, oh my gosh, this is cool. You know, how do you do this again? How do you pre-qualify them? And before you know it, they say, you know what? I trust you. You're awesome. You get the listing because you now have a chance to talk to them much more than if you don't have something of value to give. But some of them want to try it out for a couple of days. And then you call them the next day, follow up, because you get notified of the same leads and you say, you know, how did it go? And did you do a showing already? And before you know it, they invite you in to answer questions and you can do your listing presentation at that point. The key is give first, receive second. And the best way to give is if giving value, real value, what they want. So let the video do the work. You will get text messages back. If you text them simply the link, don't even call them, just say, hey, take a look at this video, how I can help you for free. They watch it and they will ask you, how do you pre-qualify them? Or what's in it for you? Can you do a demo? Those kind of things. You can work literally with as many for sale by owners as you want because you're not selling anything. You're not even selling yourself, right? You're selling, basically giving them a system. Here's what they're getting. They're getting a for sale by owner sign with the 800 number and their own recording of their house. LandVoice does all of that. You don't need to do anything. You just drop it off. You also drop off the flyer that we create for that for sale by owner with your mortgage lender right here at the bottom to keep that wheel of reciprocity going, so that they also get leads out of this. And that video and everything I have for you at the download, you can get that. So the free recording, unlimited extensions for as many lead sources or marketing channels as you want. It can be posted anywhere. So you're gonna generate so many buyers that we actually put together an app that you have as part of this, where you can create a recording for the property, keep track of all the buyers, take notes and so on, export them to your CRM, and also, of course, follow up with that for sale by owner to ask if that buyer was interested in the house or not. You can even order on that app your marketing material, which is all included. Once you're LandVoice client, we don't charge anything extra. You can order the flyers and so on that you need. Not only can you work with for sale by owners, but you can also use that 800 number on your own listings to generate more traffic, more calls, and more pre-qualified buyers and sellers, especially if you do that 800 number on your existing listings as a sign writer. Now, I want you to have that ebook that we put together for you, 10 listings in 7 days. That is definitely possible. We have a lot of agents, they challenge each other how many they can do, and 10 is always a big number that comes up. So we want you to read that. That is free for you. That shows you step by step exactly how the system works, and it's not hard at all. It's so easy because most of it is what we do behind the curtain. You just drop off basically a sign and a flyer. Now let's talk about pre-foreclosures. That is one of my favorite lead sources right now, because I really like to help people, especially if they have been a traumatic time and they don't trust agents, they don't want to talk to agents, but what they do want to do is they want to get out of that situation of having been underwater, have not been able to make the mortgage payments, bank is knocking on the door, mortgage lenders are trying to help them getting it refinanced, maybe at a higher interest rate. They just want to hold on to the house or sell it. And now that home prices have risen, there's a lot of equity at pre-foreclosures that was not there before the moratorium, before they got their initial notice, right? Of course, that has come to an end now, which is why we have such an influx in pre-foreclosures all across the country, in your area as well. Now, you give us your top 2 to 4 counties, and every day you get all the pre-foreclosures with the names, addresses, phone numbers, scrub against the do not call, and that is updated every single day, and you get that even on Sunday and Saturday, even on the weekend. But my favorite part, again, is like with the for sale by owners, it's actually the calendar. Because a lot of agents, if they are smart, they can find the pre-foreclosures from right now, and it takes a while to find phone numbers. But if you can go back, let's say to 2019, and capture all of those that ever struggled, especially those thousands that have been underwater and were actually rescued by the moratorium for a while, that is power, because now you have a lot of leads, not just 10 or so, but let's see how many you have. 668 right now in the LandVoice platform, and it only took me 20 seconds to search. Okay, so again, if you think you have not many leads, not many seller leads, potential seller leads, that's wrong, right? There are a lot. We just have to look a little bit further. Now, when you call a pre-foreclosure, don't ever say, oh, I'm so sorry you missed some mortgage payments, or I'm so sorry you went into the pre-foreclosure process. I feel for you. Even though your heart is in the right place, you're a stranger to them, and you may offend them by knowing financial information about their private financial life. So rather than doing that, simply call them and say this: if you were offered the right price for your home, would you be willing to sell? Or I'm calling everybody in my neighborhood right now because home prices are up, and I know your home is not for sale right now, but have you ever thought about selling? Now, remember, these are pre-foreclosures, so you already know what they're thinking, right? And they will think, oh, they can read my mind, because of course they have been thinking about, how much is my home worth? How much can I get out of it if I sell it right now? Some of them don't even have the choice. They have to sell it. They have to. Okay, so you gotta find out who they are. And there are hundreds and hundreds in your area that you can get a lot of listings right now, help a lot of people to get the most for the home, where if you leave it up to the investors, they will probably not fare so well as a homeowner in getting the maximum price for the home. So make sure you download the script. There's also an amazing video we put together for you to make it easier for you to work with pre-foreclosures. It's not hard at all. That's one of the easiest ways to get listings right now. Finally, I want to talk about geofarming. I promised you we talk about 5 different lead sources, and we gotta keep it easy, right? So geofarming is easy because these are neighbors in your neighborhood. You know, these are people that should be already in your database. But why contact neighbors? And what are the occasions when you should? So definitely when you have an open house, of course, right? You want to invite them in a 1.5-mile radius. In fact, if you get a listing, that's just a little tip. If you get a listing, I would not do an open house to the general public. I would first do an open house to the closest 500 neighbors around that property and call it a private neighborhood showing, exclusive neighborhood open house, right? And by invitation only. So what you need is, of course, the database, the current information of all the homeowners. And we will give you that at LandVoice. Another way to do geofarming is if you have a sold property, you want to just tell them, no, hey, this property is sold at full price or multiple offers. Great time to sell right now. I'm your friendly neighborhood agent, something like that, postcard, whatever you want to do. But the key is reach out to neighbors because listings have babies. And it's not by coincidence that other homes will go up for sale anytime there's a real estate activity smack middle in that neighborhood. So we worked for the last 2 years on the most powerful neighborhood search tool and solution this industry has seen. It took us a lot of time. Actually, we thought about it for many years, but 2 years ago, we started putting resources into that. And our goal was to get the phone numbers for any neighbor, okay? And also absentee, a owner-occupied, yes or no, those kind of statuses. So I'm going to show you in a short video what we came up with. It was just released last month, and I would love to have the tool in your hands. Here we go.
It takes a lot of work to become the trusted real estate agent in the neighborhood. You really need to know a lot about the area and be connected with everyone. That's easy with the new neighborhood search from LandVoice. Neighborhood search makes it simple to create prospecting and marketing lists in specific neighborhoods to build connections, establish trust, and fill your sales pipeline with potential buyers and sellers. In just a few clicks, you'll have a list of homeowner names, addresses, property details, and phone numbers so you can do what you do best, connect. You'll see if it's a home or mobile number, and all phone numbers on the National Do Not Call Registry are indicated. Use the built-in search filters to narrow your search to specific types of properties or property features to help you focus your time on the properties or homeowners that matter to you most right now. Neighborhood search is perfect for finding new clients and for finding current contact information to reconnect with your past clients. Use neighborhood search to create targeted mailing lists to let neighbors know of your new listings or properties you just sold. Advertise your open houses or for branding campaigns. Use it to identify new buyers, sellers, and investors to build your sphere of influence in a specific neighborhood. You can even export your lists and add them to your favorite CRM, marketing system, or mailing tool. Organize your list right in the application. Use notes, tags, and favorites to keep track of your interactions and your follow-ups. LandVoice Neighborhood Search arms you with the data you need to become the trusted real estate expert in your neighborhood.
So I'm sure you can see now why we are so excited at LandVoice. Now, some of you just heard, connect with your past clients, update your database, get their numbers and so on. And you may be a brand new agent and you say, you know what, I don't even have past clients. I don't even know where to start with a neighborhood. So if you're new or you want to expand and farm in a new area, here are some guidelines. Select a neighborhood that has a 6% turnover rate. Your association or your MLS will help you to find what that area is in the entire area of the MLS. And then don't do more than 500 homes. Start with a neighborhood of 500, because that means with a 6% turnover rate, there will be 30 homes that will go up as a listing in 1 year. Every year, that's usually the turnover rate. So that gives you a nice number to work with, because if you can get 5-6 deals out of 30 listings, that is a big win. Now, map out your track record if you're an experienced agent and you have been doing real estate for a while. That will be, of course, also your geographic farm. And you should always update your database. Don't assume just because you have them in there for 5 years that the phone numbers are right, the names are all right. Because people move in, move out. There's a lot of activity in the neighborhood. And this tool will help you to keep your database fresh at any given point. So I'm going to show you now how many you can get. In 1 month, you can capture 3,000 individuals with neighborhood search, with the phone numbers, address, owner occupied, yes, no, all the information about the home, square footage, bathrooms, and so on. And you can add that to your database or refresh your database with the new phone numbers. Gary Keller always says, your database is your business. So the more we work on our database, the more accurate we keep it, our business will benefit from that and grow. I cannot stress how important it is. That is one of the talking points today, actually, at Bold in the class next door to me here. They're talking about how to grow your database. So we put all these tools together for you for your benefit. Make it really easy, all in one place. You get your expireds, your neighborhood search with 3,000 search results every month, for sale by owners and pre-foreclosures from 2 counties. Today, I will actually give you 4 counties. I'll just give you 2 extra counties for free. That's normally $200. I throw that in for free. And call capture, that 800 number system where you get all the marketing material, the flyers, the door hangers, the 800 number notifications, everything is included. And the recordings, of course. And all expires. And I told you also, I throw in an all expired for free for you today. So if you already were curious and you went to our website and you said, oh, how much is LandVoice? The biggest bundle we have, which is the best, the elite bundle, is $19.97 a year. And you already know, if you do your math, oh my gosh, I just need to sell 1 home and that pays for years and years. It's true. But I want to give you a better deal. You get it for $10.97 today at this webinar. One-time fee, that's not a month. It's a one-time fee for the whole year. And at the rollover next year, it will be grandfathered into the same low price. However, I have only 7 seats available at the discount. Okay, we don't want to oversaturate the market. Not everybody should get excited and say, okay, we're all doing the same thing, but 7 of you are going to be very special here. Here's how you can text us. You can text us the word elite to 801-582-9459. And we will reserve that seat for you. No obligation, just we have a conversation and see if this makes sense for you. Of course, for this price, you already know 1 listing and it pays for it. And hopefully you get actually many, many more every month. Also, I give you the all expired zip code for free. And that's why I asked you to text me the top 4 to 5 all expired zip codes. If you haven't done so already, you can do it right now. And make sure you put your name there so we can reserve it first come, first serve. And that is normally $250 for you, absolutely free. Now I'm going to share a short video, just in the last 2 minutes now, from Cody Gibson. He's a director of expansion for Keller Williams. And he has been a LandVoice client for many years. He's going to talk to us about the power of leverage and what leverage we sometimes forget about. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Cody Gibson. One of the things that we talk about a lot in our space of real estate is the idea of leverage. And we talk about leveraging people, we talk about leveraging time, we talk about leveraging tools and systems and models, and all of that's great. One of the things that I think we overlook is we overlook the idea of leveraging dollars, money. And there's an idea of return on investment, ROI. And what I want you to consider is I want you to consider who you're partnering with, because who you're in business with matters. One of the people that we're in business with is LandVoice. LandVoice we work with in nearly 100 cities across the country. If it works for us, I know it's going to work for you. What I want you to consider is this, though. Even with the highest or the largest platforms that LandVoice even sells, you're talking $1,000 to $1,500, $1,800 a year for the data and the systems to be able to use LandVoice. I want you to consider how much of an employee you could have. for $1,200 or $1,500 or $2,000 a year. You're right. You wouldn't have an employee for more than a week or 2 or 3 weeks at that level. And I want you to think about leveraging the dollars. And, you know, we get really weird sometimes. I've been in your shoes for almost 20 years. We get really weird about some of the things we'll spend money on. And frankly, some of the things we spend money on doesn't make any sense at all. And some things we ought to spend money on, we don't. And, you know, one of the things that you're going to get is that if you're a real estate agent like me, you understand the idea of for sale by owners. You understand talking to somebody that they say, I'll just do it myself and I'll save the money. And you know in your heart of hearts, you know that's a horrible decision. And you could say, gosh, if you only knew what I knew, you would know how ridiculous that sounds. Well, you know what? Most of you, my friends that are real estate agents, you are the biggest for sale by owners that roam the earth, because what you do is you help for sale by owners, and then you go back to your own business and act like one. And you go, oh, I'll just find the data myself. Oh, I know what to do. I'll just go and do it. Well, that's not going to work. You know it's not going to work. And if it does, it'll work for a couple of days. It won't work for a career. Listen, I want you to work with someone, and I can't better recommend someone than who I spend my own money on. And I think that at the end of the day, we all get one vote. And the vote that we get is where our money goes. And I'm a client of LandVoice. I use them. We work hard with them. We get the data every single day. They don't know how to not send it to us. And it's a system that we use. If it works for me, I know it'll work for you. Check it out.
You know, Cody called me the other day and he told me that they got 147 closings in 1 month across the market centers, and all came from LandVoice, because that's what they do. So here's a number again for you to text us, and we're gonna jump on the call with you. The person who's gonna get on the call with you is Alex and Hunter, and they have already been doing the research for those of you who texted us the zip codes. We would love to hear from you. I'm gonna actually open it up now. If there's anybody who wants to unmute themselves and ask a question, I will hang around just for a second and then we can end the webinar. Any questions? Let me see if there's anything in the chat box. Okay, I think we are good. Thank you very much for being on here. Jaylyn Mayer, thank you very much. Keller William Muninex. Okay, peace out, everybody.
Thank you.